Back in 2018, when I was in extreme hermit mode, I spent approximately a year in this cottage all by myself, kind of in the middle of nowhere, just de-stressing, just taking a break from life, from people, from everything. Part of my daily routine was I would drive up to Tim Hortons to get a coffee every morning. And I remember one day, and I remember exactly where I was, right on the Thousand Islands Parkway. I heard a voice, like a male voice, very strong, and it kind of threw me off. And what it said was, "Chris, just let it go." And honestly, I was kind of freaked out because like there was no music on in the car. It was just me in the car, and I heard this voice that was so clear. Kind of, I thought about it, and then I sort of ignored it. And then about a month later, again, same situation, driving to Tim Hortons to Gananoque to get my coffee. Same thing. Chris, let it go. And it took me a little bit of time to figure out what this was. And to be honest with you, I still don't really know whether it was God or whether it was my dad who had passed. Kind of thinking it was probably my dad, because the way that he said Chris, my dad, when he talked, he'd kind of have a pause in some words. Anyways, fast forward a few years later, and I look back now and I know exactly what that message was and what it meant to me. And at that time, there were so many things that were happening in my life. I had walked away from my business, was in like a court battle, all this stuff, and it was just draining my energy. It was draining the life out of me. And what he was saying was, let this stuff go. When you let, when we hold on to anger, resentment, bitterness towards what other people have done to you, what you're doing is you're letting go of your own control. Like, we all have things that happen to us in life. We have things that were not fair. Like, by far, what happened to me was not fair at all. However, by me holding on to that anger, holding on to that resentment, it was hurting me. It was not allowing me to move on to the life that I wanted. It actually, now when I think back, like, all the stuff that happened was so much a blessing in disguise, because I was not happy. I was absolutely miserable. I didn't feel well. I had headaches all the time. And for me to leave that business was a rough decision, and it was a very scary decision. But I knew if I had stayed, I probably wouldn't be here today making this video. So the point of this is, anything that you're going through, if you're in that kind of situation, you're having a rough time, or you're not really sure what to do, but what you're doing in life right now is completely draining your happiness, draining your joy, draining your who you are, draining your life energy. You gotta put yourself first. And it's scary, I'm not gonna lie. It's scary to go from a comfort zone to jump off of a cliff to the unknown. But it can be the best possible thing that can happen. And when we let go of anger, when we let go of resentment, when we let go of bitterness, it lifts us up. It allows us to access the infinite love that is within all of us. And all that bitterness, all that anger, all that resentment, all that, revenge feeling is covering up our true nature of who we actually are. So just thought I'd make this little video today. If you're having a rough time, if somebody has done something to you that was not right, because trust me, what happened to me was not right. But if you hold on, it only hurts you. If you let it go, and it may take some time, and that's okay. If you let it go, you're going to allow yourself to be, I guess I could say the word, moved propelled into the new life that you actually want and that you actually deserve. So whatever's going on, just let it go, and watch what happens. Have a blessed day.